Wheels America is sponsored by Grundy Insurance, the official insurance of Wheels America, and by Axelin. Just 2 Axelin tablets each day support healthy blood sugar levels. Today on Wheels America, it's all about performance in a Roush Stage 3 Mustang. Then it's sheer muscle in an AM General DEUCE and a half, and a custom order Camaro 2SS. Carfax tells the real story of the Chevy Corvair, and we'll take a look at more of the greatest cars ever made on Wheels America.
I'm here with Scott and Dawn and their 1948 Chevy Style Master, also known as Priscilla, or their wedding car. Can you tell me about how this car came to be known as the wedding car?
Well, my fiance and I were actually looking for a new car, or actually a classic car, and we went over and we were looking at an older 41 Packer, and this car was actually 2 cars over, and she was like, "Stop, I want this one." And because it matches my Harley Davidson, I have a 2011 Street Glide in a Sedona orange, so it almost matches it. So when we seen this one, she fell in love with it. She was like, "This is our wedding car. This is what we want to do our wedding in." So I was like, "All right, she's the boss. She gets what she wants," and so we got it. So
very nice. And then Priscilla, what's the history behind that?
Well, I am a huge Elvis Presley fan, so of course it had to be Priscilla.
Naturally. Have you guys done anything to the exterior of the vehicle then since you purchased it?
The paint is actually 20 years old. The only thing really we've done to it is actually put a ceramic coating on there to help protect the paint, and we actually had our names put on it, which that was kind of an homage to NASCAR, because this is being a 1948. NASCAR actually started February 21st, 1948. So this would be one of the cars kind of they would race, and so that's why we did our names on the doors to help to homage to NASCAR and stuff like that. So that's why we did it.
Very nice. So speaking of NASCAR, what do you have under the hood?
So it's a crate motor. It's 300. It's a 350 horse. We just wanted subtle. This is more of a cruiser. It's not get out there and drag race with it.
How is the ride? Is it?
It's amazing. We actually have the original seat in there, so it has a lot of the springs and stuff in there. And so when you hit a bump, it's all in the seat, so you just get that trampoline. So it runs real smooth. You can go to the steering wheel and it'll go straight down the road. So.
Have you done anything to the interior?
The interior is actually 20 years old. We love it's the original tweed and stuff like that. And the only thing really we've done inside is we actually added the original 48 clock that works, and actually had to put our shrunken head in there. And then on my shifter, we actually did a voodoo head on my shifter. So other than that, no, it's held up great in 20 years. So,
Dawn, is this a daily driver for you?
It's not daily, but we drive it every single weekend, and if we want to hop in it and go through a drive-through, that's what we do in the middle of the week.
No hesitation.
No hesitation. This car is driven.
So what would you say is the most impressive thing about this car?
It's ours.
And it's paid for. It's paid in full.
Hi, I'm Tony, and I want to tell you about my car. It's a 1972 De Tomaso Pantera. It is a fully custom build. For the body on this car, we started with a 72 Pantera. We modified the front and the rear of the car to look like a 2006 Ford GT. It gives the car a different look, newer Pantera look, and it's basically one of a kind. I've had it for 10 years. Car was in pieces in 3 years to completely disassemble, customize it, put it all back together. It's an air ride system. It's got 355 rear tires. The fronts are 295s. It's got a 180-degree exhaust system. It's a fully polished CF transaxle, and it's a beautiful black custom paint. And the inside of the car is all leather. There's a see-through for the engine. You can see the engine from inside the cockpit. The engine on this car is a 351 Cleveland. It's 378 cubic inches. It's bored and stroked. It's got Weber's carburetor system, and it's got 180-degree headers for nice sounding exhaust system on it. The transaxle has been polished and safety wired as they were back in the day when they were sold. And the sound is just amazing on this car. And I absolutely love it. Best car I've ever had. I'm Tony, and that's the story of my car.
Owning a classic car. For many, it's a dream come true. All those second looks. When you own a special car, you need the insurance policy to match. Grundy insurance policies are designed just for classic cars. You're covered for 100% of agreed value. There's zero deductible, never any depreciation, and at rates less than half of standard insurance companies.
Hi, I'm Josh Grundy. Call us today or visit us at grundy.com.
Don't let concerns about healthy blood sugar levels control your life. Take control with diet, exercise, and Axolin. Just 2 Axolin tablets each day help support healthy blood sugar levels. Axolin's key plant-based ingredients help your body process carbohydrates and fats. And Axolin is available without a prescription. Control your life and your lifestyle with diet, exercise, and Axolin. Order today at Axolin.com or Amazon.
Coming up on Wheels America, it's street muscle with a Stage 3 Roush Mustang and brute force performance from a DEUCE when Wheels America comes roaring back.
Oh, who knew insuring all of my cars could be such a nightmare? Between my family SUV, the car I take to work every day, my dream cars. Oh, I've got too many insurance policies.
A Grundy MVP policy is a special product for anyone who's car crazy. Insure any vehicle you own with the same consistent coverage for all of them at their agreed value on one policy.
Hi, I'm Jim Grundy. Be a Grundy MVP. Call us today or visit us at grundy.com.
We all know there's no bigger name in high-speed performance cars than Roush. And here with his 2017 Roush Mustang, we've got Kevin. Tell us about this Mustang.
So this is a Roush Stage 3 Mustang. So under the hood, it's got a supercharger and an air intake, and it's got a bunch of appearance packages around outside too.
Tell us about the outside. You said the bumper and the rear end?
Yeah, the front bumper and the rear end are from Roush, and then the spoiler's also from Roush, and then all the scoops are from Roush too.
And have you done any of this work yourself?
I've done the exhaust myself, the resonator delete, and a muffler.
I know you've got a supercharger, Kevin. Now tell us what else you have going on under the hood.
Well, it's got a Roush air intake too that connects to the supercharger, and then it's got a 5-liter engine that's stock from Mustangs, and then it's got a 2.65-liter Roush supercharger on top.
Kevin, what kind of horsepower are you pushing here?
Well, Roush says it makes 670 to the crank stock, so hopefully it should be pushing a little over 560 to the wheels.
And I see you've got the ceramic coating on the outside. What else about this paint job can you tell us?
Yeah. It's a ruby red color, and I like to keep it looking real shiny for when I pull off of cars. They get to look at something real nice.
And why red?
Because red's the fastest color.
Now you've also had some customizations on the inside, right? You've got custom seats. What else?
Yeah. Well, I have a little safety charm hanging up because safety always comes first. And then the seats are leather and Alcantara to stop my butt from slipping when taking corners.
Kevin, do you have a favorite thing about this car?
Yeah, my favorite thing about this car has got to be the sound. I have Roush mufflers and a resonator delete, and then it also has a sound tube going inside so you can hear the supercharger whining.
So your neighbors know when you get home?
They love waking up to me in the morning.
Kevin, we heard that you like to do a lot of shows. What is it that you like so much about the car show culture?
Well, I just like to see everyone else's car and how they build theirs. It's really interesting to get a lot of ideas from other people too, and just see what other people like to drive around. It's cool to see how many different cars there are near me.
And Kevin, is this just a summer vehicle for you, or is this your daily driver?
I actually have a set of winter tires that I put on for winter, so I love drifting around in the snow. All types of weather is fun in this car.
So this is a year-rounder for you.
Yep.
If it's on wheels, it's on Wheels America. And this AM General DEUCE will really clear the road when it's coming your way. We're here with Tom. Tom, tell us, the DEUCE, what does that refer to in this vehicle?
The DEUCE refers to the weight capacity. 2 DEUCE is 2.5. It can haul 2.5 tons off-road, or it can haul 5 tons on-road is what the military rates it as.
Tell us what it is about this vehicle that drew you to it.
I think it's just because it's different. You see a lot of other vehicles on the road, and you don't see too many of these, and it's just something different that not a lot of people have seen, so that's what I like about it.
Definitely more exciting than your standard Jeep, I can tell you that.
For me, yes. Jeeps are neat, but this attracts me a little bit more.
And you said this was a little bit of a project for you as well, right?
Yeah, since it was built, it really never had to spend a day indoors at all, so time takes its toll on things, and parts need to be updated, things rust, so just basic maintenance stuff.
What all have you changed?
I rebuilt the engine before, I replaced the synchronizers in the transmission, rebuilt the transfer case, a lot of oil seals because the rubber dries up and they leak, things like that.
So Tom, I'm going to just take a wild guess that this is not your daily driver.
It's not really, like, I'll take it out just to exercise it, but mostly parade duty and things like that.
More of a spectacle than anything else, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Tom, tell us what's driving this under the hood.
This has a 478 cubic inch multi-fuel diesel, they call it. It can burn either gasoline or diesel, and people put a whole bunch of other stuff in the tank. As long as it's flammable, it kind of burns. But so it doesn't make a whole lot of horsepower, but it's real flexible on what you put in it for fuel.
So obviously as a military vehicle, there would be some things that are kind of special and different about the body style, the exterior. Tell us about that, Tom.
A lot of the components share the same parts as other military vehicles, like the turn signals, headlights, some of the doors. They made it kind of modular so they could put a part on one vehicle and keep supply easy to get if they need parts. So it's all about form, fit, and function.
Tom, any idea how many of these are still in use today?
I'm not sure. There's probably other countries that still use them. I know Canada has a variant that they still use.
How hard is it for you to find parts?
A lot of the things are available at some auto parts stores, some are commercial truck parts, so the basic wear items aren't too bad to get.
Tell us, what's your favorite thing about this vehicle?
I think my favorite thing is it's just different. Not a whole lot of people have them, and there's a whole lot of input when you drive it. Like the turn signals don't self-cancel, you're always shifting and clutch and everything, and it doesn't go fast. So I guess the best way I could sum it up is I've never had so much fun driving so slow.
Hi, I'm Sandy and I want to tell you about my car. I have a 1951 Nash Rambler Airflight convertible. I've had it for about 10 months and I shipped it down here to Scottsdale, Arizona from Portland, Oregon. And the reason I did that is because this car's been upgraded with a lot of modern things under the hood and in the drivetrain so that I can drive it reliably in the heat. Under the hood, I have a 1983 Ford Mustang engine. It's a 2.3 liter, 140 horsepower. It's got the Mustang drivetrain in it as well, 3-speed automatic. And it also has air conditioning that keeps it nice and cool so I can drive it in the heat. It's got power steering, power disc brakes, front power disc brakes, cruise control, a lot of great upgraded things so that I can be safe on the road when I'm down here in Arizona. And in the interior, I have houndstooth interior. It's very, very nice, comfortable to ride and drive in. It keeps the seats nice and cool. The dash has been upgraded with gauges, and the top, it's a power top, although it's a very complicated power top. It slides back on the rails and then goes underneath the boot, and that's how that's stored. I'm Sandy, and that's the story of my car.
It's time for a Grundy Insurance Pit Stop.
First, we'll upgrade your coverage to agreed value so you get 100% of what your car's worth.
Standard insurance policies just don't do that.
There's never any depreciation and zero deductible.
And Grundy's rates are less than half of standard insurance companies.
Call us today or visit Grundy.com.
Don't let concerns about healthy blood sugar levels control your life. Take control with diet, exercise, and Axolin. Just 2 Axolin tablets each day help support healthy blood sugar levels. Axolin's key plant-based ingredients help your body process carbohydrates and fats. And Axolin is available without a prescription. Control your life and your lifestyle with diet, exercise, and Axolin. Order today at axolin.com or Amazon.
Coming up on Wheels America, more street muscle with a Camaro 2SS, and Carfax tells the real story of the Corvair when Wheels America comes roaring back.
Owning a classic car. For many, it's a dream come true. All those second looks. When you own a special car, you need the insurance policy to match. Grundy insurance policies are designed just for classic cars. You're covered for 100% of agreed value. They're zero deductible, never any depreciation, and at rates less than half of standard insurance companies.
Hi, I'm Josh Grundy. Call us today or visit us at grundy.com.
We all love the look of American muscle, but for Adam here and his 2018 Camaro 2SS, it's much more of an emotional driving experience. Tell us about that, Adam.
Yeah, so I work for General Motors, and when I first was looking to buy a sports car, I decided I'd go and test drive a number of different products to see, what really struck me. And, I ended up driving the Camaro last, and it just blew me away. The handling, the power, it was just everything that I wanted in a car, and I knew I had to have one. So I sat down at the dealership, I custom ordered it exactly the way that I wanted it, and when it was delivered, it's been a love affair ever since day one.
And tell us about that process of selecting colors, materials.
Yeah, so I obviously everything's done online now these days, so I sat down, late one night after I had driven this thing, and every single option I went through and just said, what will make this car look exactly the way that I want it to. I ended up with the Hyper Blue Metallic because it was the best paint color by far, put some white racing stripes on it, and then that was pretty much it. So.
And it is a daily driver for you, Adam, is that right?
365 days a year, yeah, I drive it in the snow too, which I know is, supposedly a sin, but it actually handles really well, surprisingly.
And tell us about customizing the exterior specifically, Adam.
Yeah, so when I ordered the car, I really wanted white racing stripes because I just think it really stands out. You can see it from a mile away. And then after it got delivered, I actually had a local detail shop here put a nice ceramic coating on it. It's got OptiCoat Pro, which should last the life of the car. And it just protects everything. It seals it all together, and I never have to wax it, which is nice. It's always ready to, go to a car meet or anything like that.
Okay, Adam, so you customized this car. Tell us what's under the hood.
Yeah, so it's the SS model, right? So it's got the LT1 V8 and it pumps out 455 horsepower, which honestly for me is plenty. I didn't need any more than that, so I left it completely stock otherwise.
And you said also the handling was really important in your consideration to get this car. How's the ride?
The ride's fantastic. Honestly, for a car in this segment, it's out of this world how well this car handles. GM did a fantastic job, the engineers on that team really making this car feel as though it's a real sports car and, it doesn't bounce around the road or anything like that. It's very solid and well put together.
I noticed you got the heads-up display. Anything else interesting about the interior?
Yeah, so it's the 2SS model, so it's got the heads-up display, it's got the leather package, it's got all-weather floor mats, heated and ventilated seats. It's a really, really great interior to be in, especially because I drive it every day. It's a really comforting place to sit in, especially if I'm commuting to and from the office.
So if you end up having to live in it, that wouldn't be the worst thing, right?
No, not at all. It's super comfortable, so that wouldn't be a problem.
Adam, what's your favorite thing about driving this car?
Honestly, it's got to be that engine. That V8, it pushes out so much power and it's so much fun. Whether you're getting onto the freeway or you're just taking off from a red light, that acceleration is just so phenomenal that that's the best part of this car. It's the best driving experience by far.
The Chevrolet Corvair, fun to drive, inexpensive to maintain, with a look that coined the phrase, the poor man's Porsche. What began as a compact, economical car turned into a sport compact with bucket seats and 4 on the floor. And once drivers discovered its sport-like handling, Chevrolet had a winner. From 1960 to 1969, nearly 2 million Corvairs were produced, including a wide mix of styles and types. From 2- and 4-door models, to convertibles, to station wagons, and believe it or not, a pickup truck, and even to a passenger van that some credit as being the forerunner to today's minivan. The Corvair was such a hit that it was Motor Trend's Car of the Year for 1960. So with such high praise, what happened to the Corvair? There were two primary reasons for its decline. First was the publication of Unsafe at Any Speed, written by consumer activist Ralph Nader. It was a critical look at the products being produced by American car companies. Nader claimed that they weren't concerned enough with vehicle safety. An entire chapter on the Corvair's handling issues helped seal the Corvair's fate, and production was halted in 1969. The accusations were eventually proven untrue. And second, sales had been declining as market tastes changed, and with the introduction of pony cars like the Mustang and muscle cars like the GTO, GM ceased production of the Corvair. And that brings us to our Carfax quiz. Just how did the Corvair get its name? Was it A, named after a bird found only in southern France? B, is it Italian for roadster? C, is it the last name of the engineer responsible for its rear engine design? Or is it D, the Cor from Corvette and Air from the Chevy Bel Air that were combined to create Corvair? We'll have the answer when Wheels America comes roaring back.
Who knew insuring all of my cars could be such a nightmare? Between my family SUV, the car I take to work every day, my dream cars. I've got too many insurance policies.
A Grundy MVP policy is a special product for anyone who's car crazy. Insure any vehicle you own with the same consistent coverage for all of them at their agreed value on one policy.
Hi, I'm Jim Grundy. Be a Grundy MVP. Call us today or visit us at Grundy.com.
You're watching Wheels America.
Don't let concerns about healthy blood sugar levels control your life. Take control with diet, exercise, and Axolin. Just 2 Axolin tablets each day help support healthy blood sugar levels. Axolin's key plant-based ingredients help your body process carbohydrates and fats. And Axolin is available without a prescription. Control your life and your lifestyle with diet, exercise, and Axolin. Order today at Axolin.com or Amazon.
Okay, let's get the answer to our Carfax quiz. So just how did the Corvair get its name? If you answered D, you're right. You know your Wheels America Carfax. The Cor from Corvette and Air from the Chevy Bel Air combined to become the legendary nameplate Corvair. Among its list of impressive firsts, the Corvair was the only mass-produced American vehicle to feature an air-cooled rear-engine design, unibody construction, factory turbocharging, and 4-wheel independent suspension. And that's a Wheels America Carfax.
You're watching Wheels America.
It's time for a Grundy Insurance Pit Stop.
First, we'll upgrade your coverage to agreed value so you get 100% of what your car's worth.
Standard insurance policies just don't do that.
There's never any depreciation and 0 deductible.
And Grundy's rates are less than half of standard insurance companies.
Call us today or visit Grundy.com.
Don't let concerns about healthy blood sugar levels control your life. Take control with diet, exercise, and Axolin. Just 2 Axolin tablets each day help support healthy blood sugar levels. Axolin's key plant-based ingredients help your body process carbohydrates and fats. And Axolin is available without a prescription. Control your life and your lifestyle with diet, exercise, and Axolin. Order today at Axolin.com or Amazon.
1964 saw the first year of the Ford Mustang. We're here with Jerry. Jerry's got a 1967 Mustang. Jerry, tell us what's special about this car for you.
It's pretty much almost original. There's been some add-ons for safety, which would be the disc brakes up front, power brakes, power steering as well. The previous owner wrote Ford and got the VIN number matched up, so it's almost just as she rolled off the assembly line back in '67. I've enjoyed it since 2017. From there, I've made a few improvements in the interior. Also added a safety feature for the rear where I went with LED lights for the brake lights and sequencing. I wanted to make sure people could see me when I stopped. The single bulb back there wasn't enough, didn't add enough brightness to it.
Tell us what you're running under the hood, Jerry.
Right now she's got a 289 with an Edelbrock intake and Edelbrock 4-barrel carburetor, running headers, and then dual exhaust. That was pretty much the match you could do back in 1967. So she's probably pushing about 250, somewhere in that ballpark. When they came off the assembly line, they were only about 200, 220 horsepower. It's got a C4 transmission and a 355 rear end, posi traction. Drum brakes for the rear.
So did you intend to race this car at some point?
Not really, but I do have a little bit of fun now and then if I run into another classic car. She's quick off the line. I won't say she's super fast, but kind of holds her own a little bit. Surprises some people, I think. So,
Jerry, you've had the car since 2017. Tell us about the work that you've done on the exterior.
What I did is I added LED lights to the rear, and then from there I painted this area black, which would have been factory, repainted the grille. I purchased a new corral, mounted everything up, had to do a little whittling on it because of fits, and then mounted it in, cleaned it up. Added a side mirror for a passenger. That's been about it. I added a cloth top to it with a glass rear, redid the interior just recently, did some welding on the body itself to stiffen it up somewhat, replaced the carpet. Last year I reupholstered the seats myself. This year I replaced the inner quarter trims, the upper and lowers for the back seat area. Final project for the interior would be the rear seat. So pulling out the bench and then the backrest and redoing those. Future projects would be a bigger motor, stiffening up the frame. She is 53 years old, so I want to at least take care of it as well and still have fun with it.
And is this the original paint job?
Yes, this is referred to as springtime yellow. Like I said, the gentleman wrote Ford. They sent him back everything that the car was supposed to have. He added disc brakes up front, power brakes, the power steering. Saved about $3,500 out of my pocket for his improvements there. It was one of the points that I liked about the car and the purchase of it. He did add the Shelby hood to it as well, and as I said, springtime yellow. I've got a lot of compliments about it.
Jerry, tell us your favorite thing about this car. What's special about it to you?
It's simplicity. I grew up with points and a distributor in that. Today you need a computer to work on the cars, so I enjoy the fact that I can actually wrench on this and do a lot of the work myself.
You're watching Wheels America.
Wheels America is sponsored by Grundy Insurance, the official insurance of Wheels America, and by Axelin. Just 2 Axelin tablets each day support healthy blood sugar levels.
Send us information about your car show. You might be on Wheels America. And be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel.